right, so we just hit 5,000 subscribers. That's awesome. I want to thank you guys a lot. I never really thought that the channel would get anywhere near that big when I first started it, so to me that's really awesome. So once again, thank you. And it's going to be a little bit past 5,000. I don't really know how long until I can get this video out, but I just wanted to stop and say thank you because that's really awesome, and I'm going to keep building now. Alright, so in the last video I mentioned that I got the wrong tap and die set. I went and picked up the correct one. This has the bigger drill bits and dies, or taps. I really don't know which one's which. Really doesn't matter. All I know is this is the right size. 5/16 by 18 thread count is the one I'm going to be using. Went and picked up these Allen head 5/16 bolts. And I'll just tap and die the hinges up there, and I'll be able to just bolt it straight on. Should be pretty simple, won't take too long, and I'll show you guys how to do that. I have the hinge over by where it needs to be mounted, and if you've ever held one of these things, you know that they're relatively heavy, so it's going to be a little hard to hold it up, line up the holes, and make sure everything's correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this outline of the backing plate onto either cardboard or cardstock, cut that out, mark the holes on that, and then use that to mark the holes I need to drill on this. And then after I have those marked, I'll hold this up against it to make sure that I got it right. And then once I guarantee that I have the holes where they're supposed to be, I'll drill them out and then thread them, and I'll be able to just bolt this straight on. Okay, so after looking at the hinge more, I have the template made, but I'm probably gonna have to take this hinge apart anyways because the first two holes are easily accessible. They're out in the open, and I was thinking that once I swung this open and fully extended it, I'd be able to get to these last two holes on the back, but no matter how far you open it, you really can't get to the front of those heads to be able to bolt it in. So I'm probably gonna have to take the front part of the hinge off, mount just the plate, and then reassemble the hinge. So I'm gonna look into that, see if there's another way I should be doing it, and if not, then I'll just disassemble the hinge, show you how I did that, and show you how I get it on the car. Okay, so I ended up just accidentally doing this off camera because I tried on camera for a little bit, turned it off because I didn't figure it out, and then while it was off, I figured out how it comes out. So I'm just gonna backtrack and tell you how I did it. So while this is together, this part of the hinge sits in here, and there's this little hole that you put this little bolt into. It's an Allen key, that's not focusing, but so that goes in there, and there's this pin inside that's threaded. It bolts into there to hold the hinge in. And I originally removed it because I thought I could remove this little front half that covered the holes. And once I did that, this pin started sliding out. So I just poked down with an Allen key, poked the hinge out, I guess. And these little gold pieces slide in here, or bronze or whatever they are, slide in here. I just took those out for now. I'll put them back in once the plate is on the car, but now I have just the plate that I'll be able to hold up against the car and bolt it on, and then I'll be able to reassemble the rest of this onto the hinge once it's all on the side of the car. Alright, so we're back at the car. I have the hinge over here. It's a lot lighter now without the other stuff in it, so I'm just gonna line it up with the metal here, find out exactly where I need it, and then mark those holes, drill it in, and I'll show you the rest. Alright, so we've got the first of the 4 bolts in, just tap dyed it, and we threaded the hole. We have the other ones drilled except for this top one here. Once we get those in, we'll do the last hole up there, and I'll show you guys reassembling the hinge and everything. Okay, so we have a little bit of bad news. It's fixable, so not a huge deal. We got 3 of the bolts in, they're secure, and while we were threading the hole for the last one, the bit broke off inside of it. So we're gonna have to drill that out and rethread it again, but we're also gonna have to go return the tap and die set so we can get a new piece so we can redo it. That means we're also not gonna be able to do the other side today, so that's gonna have to come in another video, but I'll show you how this side gets put back together and all of that. So I'm gonna go get the other stuff now and put it together. Okay, so I got the hinge. It's pretty simple to put back together. We're gonna slide this part of the hinge back in, take the pin and these 2 little brass things, stick them in there, slide it through, and then we just put the little screw into the pin right there, and it'll hold it in place for moving, and that's pretty much it. Okay, there we go. We got the first hinge installed. So how it works is this plate will bolt onto the back or the front of the Vaydor door, and then the door will swing out and then all the way up. I have to install the hinge, the shock still, but the door will pretty much just bolt onto that. Be real easy. I think it'll look great. There is a different kit from Matt that you can buy. It's a direct bolt-on, so you don't have to do all this stuff. It's a little bit sturdier. I've read that these can tend to have a little bit of play in them, but I'm gonna try it out. If I absolutely hate it, I might get the other kit, but I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. So I'm gonna wait until I get the new kit for the tap and die, do the other side. I decided I'm not gonna end up filming that since it's identical to this side. So this is how you do it. Pretty easy, really not too much to it. So that's it for this. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys an update on the welder. He's coming to weld the windshield support bar. He's actually on his way right now, so once he gets here, we're gonna weld that up. I'm gonna save that for next video though, because I'm actually leaving tomorrow morning for Myrtle Beach for a week. So I wanna have something that I can post while I'm away, because last time I went on vacation, I kind of left without taking any footage, so I went a little while without posting anything. So instead of taking another hiatus and just not posting anything, I'm gonna get that all filmed and put onto a separate video for you guys. So I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned for that next one.